Good evening. What do I do? I am assuming, let me see, they're having a little trouble. We will begin in 2 minutes after the beginning. We are looking into some trouble. What do I do? I am assuming, let me see, they're having a little trouble. We will begin in 2 minutes after the beginning. We are looking into some trouble. What do I do? I am assuming, let me see, they're having a little trouble. That is too funny. Okay. I think I got that down pat. Okay. Too funny. Okay. Okay. Got rid of that. What do I do? What in the world do I do? Does anybody know what I do? I don't know myself what I do. Just do it. Can you call it an anomaly? Nah. You can call it the exact truth in the science created mathematically through the purity of two realms, the basic of the two realms creating the star system, in which will create geometric shapes and has been created through dots and lines. I connect area space and understand the difference between area space and what goes on to create an area space. I call them cells. I use quadrille paper to look into it. I use the deck of cards in knowing there are 9 numbers and 10, to understanding what does it 10 mean from one wall to the next wall, the wall on each end. Ready, set, go, that area space from the area space that you stop, calling the area space running into the wall. Knowing that, looking over numbers over the past 17, almost coming to or into my 17th year since 2005 and beyond, that we have a number set up. And in the number set up, it's been set up to the square reality. And where we see it on the calculator, we see it positioned on a dice, we see it on the keyboard, we see it on the ATM, we sometimes see it with letters, we sometimes see it with dots. We play games like the game of pool, where there are 8 solids and 7 stripes, where one of the stripes begins below where you would think you would be beginning on 10, you are actually beginning on 9. As like partaking and looking into the alphabet, where the alphabet ends at 8, so does the game end at 7, entering into the black ball 8 heaven. Knowing how to make black, the basic understanding of making black is brown, brown 72, and blue 40, 112, or also known as 22, life of ape. A1, P16, E5. 1 through 5 equals the world between the polarity between 1 and 6, where the polarity of where 1 partakes last is inside 5, where 1 is the center to 4, because it is blank and it only is divided, understanding as divided at 3. Knowing that in the expression of numbers as letters A, B, C, we have first, we have second, and we have third. But when we come to 10, we don't go tenths, we don't go 11th, okay, third, and we don't go toward. We don't go toward. These become time heaven. The TH family, beginning at 4 and ending at 21. But the first cycle is 4 through what is now 9. Actually, it's 4 through what is what is now 8, then 9, and is created through Jupiter 9 times 9 equaling to 81, 9 plus 9 equaling to 18. The total is 91, and it is noted to be the one dot with the 8 void, noted to be the planet of Venus. The one dot of the 8 void playing the Mercury role. The Mercury role in Venus. Although Venus is over here, okay, playing the Mercury role in Venus, but it is 4 times 2 equaling to 8 inside of 1. And it is a split world. Note, it's a split world. So you're going to be putting that cube up this way. Noting that you can split the direct world here, the dead center, right over here, the dead center. We got the dead center. And then you see this extra line here? And then this extra line here. Okay. See 1, 2, 3. We're going to take this part out of the game. And we're going to be working with these 3 parts here. 3 out of 4 we're going to be working on. Three out of 4. Let's look at it dead on. We're going to be working on these 2 over here, the split world in between. A and D is BC. Not sure if I'm explaining that right. There's probably more to it. I don't know. It's just something I see. Knowing that, see, Earth, when it's Earth, we have that. And then Mars will come in on this angle. Or what we will have is we will have this. And then Mars can come right here as well on this angle. Split. The reason I say that is the numeric value for Mars is 51, unless they are not telling us the truth, because the value of the word moon or the word Heinz, okay, is number 57 reverse. Now, if you do 57 reverse, this is 5 over 7, as like that's 5 over 1 in its own design. You see this, just, you can almost look like it's a bird or a penguin of some sort. Anyways, I didn't really want to get into that piece. I wanted to just talk about numbers still. We were into where when 1 disappears, it comes back here. But when it's a combination of 10, it has to be understood, okay, that it is 1 all the way to 9 equaling to what 10 is. Because you're still inside the house. You have to leave the house. You are out of the house, and you have to come back into the house. It is the 1 step out of the house, and the 9 more steps is 10. The cycle to the end of coming into the house will be the total of 11. But for now, let's do this. So it's 1 and 0, 9. And then it's 0, 2 and 0, 8. And then it's 0, 3 and 0, 7. Now the polarity comes in 0, 4 and 0, 6. And this is where it splits. And the diameter of the moon is 3476 in kilometers. The separation in numbers between 3 and 5 and 2 and 6, meaning if I had to draw a straight line and call the next number after 3 would normally be 4. If we add 1 to 3, then we take away 5, 1, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6. 1, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 4, 6, 8. See, here it's only going by 1. Here it's going by 2. Here it's going by 4. Here it's going by 2. Here it's going by 2. Here it's going by 4. It went here by 4, and it went here by 4, 44. Here it went 4, 4. Here it went 4, 4, 4. Here it went 4, 4, 4, 4. Do you follow what I'm saying? On this angle, that angle. And I'd have to put more cubes all around to see exactly what the numbers are. So anyways, inside of this, right, remember, we have to have sets. We had first in the first set. After that, it wasn't the first of its kind. So we had one. So we go A1, okay, to dot dot 9I. Sorry, I think we have to go to, yeah, we're going to go to 9I. Okay, then we are going to go from J10 to R18. Then we are going to go to S19 to A27. A now became reverse. In the third complete cycle, A now reverses for the first time. That's your first complete cycle. It also becomes complete over here, but this is your true inverse cycle. But inside of one, there are more ways to convert to one. There's another one here, another one here. The next movement of this one over here of 27, if I get this correct, is 36. The question is, what letter is it? What letter is it over here? Let me see this. 28B, 29C, 30D, 31E. You see, 31E. Let me write this here. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So we have B, C, D. You see B? The moon comes out in B. The birth comes out in C. Creation comes out in D. The E world comes out in 31. And the next month starts F, the inverted world, the 31 at the gateway from A to F, playing out in day 32. Is it day 32 of the 30-day month, or is it day 32 of the 31-day month? And then in 33, okay, it is now the gateway in rotation. So if it was a 30-day month, it'd be the first day, the second day, and the third day, the day of creation at the gateway in rotation. And then now we reach the heavens in DC on the fourth day. Now, if it was the month of February and it was the 28th day, not in a leap year, one of the 3 years that it wasn't that it is, because it's not the leap year, you would have this. And then you would have day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days away. Did we get that right? 6 days away. So this would be day F and H. And inside it is the dividing gate of 68 through the 7th gate of DC, created by man, creating the spirit of the moon. Why? Because it is 13 that will create 34. And from 34, you will create 12 and 7, which is the gateway to the purple world. The purple grape ape. We are ape, A and E. We are the half-life. That is the half-life. The reverse half-life is ZKV. That's the reverse half-life. But in this one, it's this over here. And in one of them, if you can go in, you can say age. In the second one, okay, you can say ape. In this one, you will say 8. In this one, we're not going to say it because it's the letter Y, A-Y-E. And when A-Y-E are involved, A-Y-E, the 7th letter is involved. When the 7th letter is at a gateway to A and E, so the A-E, when they come together, they create the O. So now you have yo. You have yo. Yo is the student. Yo is the yoke, the 12 and the 11, the beginning of creation, because it is 11 that created 12, just like it is 11 that creates 1 and 2. 1 and 1 creates 1 and 2. the beginning of the Fibonacci. 1 and 1 equals 2. 2 and 1 equals 3. And here is yoke. Earth and Mars are the YO in the two of them. Where else should we go in here? So yes, what was the 36? So GHIJ, that's what I thought. So it's J36. So it is JD in creation. This will create. This here will be part of creation with I'm just trying to think, with number 35, with I. This one over here, right, in the third part of creation, right over here, this is where rotation comes in, and it's J36 over to 45. 45, which is IJ K L M N O P Q R S45. S45. Is that possible? 20. Oh, yes, it is. 26 and 19. It's all differences of 26. 26 and 19, the alphabet S. So JS, Jack of Spades in the sun. Spade, the numeric value of 45 is spade. The word 36, I don't remember where 36 came from. There's so many places it can come from. So what did we get to inside up here? I'm trying to see where we are. Oh boy, there were so many things going on. Oh yeah, so we're in over here. Where is the third stage? Okay, where is the third stage in 9? So the third stage in 9, the fourth stage is over here. Okay, it brings us to 45. Between the foxhole and the sun, 45, 54, and then it's freedom 55, 56, and then 57, and then 58, and then 59. Once you reach 60, you can invert it. You can invert 60. You can invert all of 60. Where else am I going with this? Yes, so this is the next part of this over here. So I'm just trying to remember what happened. You see, the A1, which is first, okay, comes all the way and does not repeat until U21st. But after that, after 21st, at 31st, okay, 1 repeats itself. So it's repeating itself over here. So you're looking at EST. So when you look at EST, it's actually EST, EAST, meaning east. It's a French word. It means to the east. That's what it's talking about. So when you come to, where are we over here? So we have completed the first part of the alphabet of numbers, the second part of the alphabet of numbers where A and B comes in. Then we fix the third part. See, when A and B comes in, we automatically will create from the average here. We'll add it on here, calling this the average, calling this the outside. Or will we take the inside here and put it to the outside and take what is the outside and put it on the inside? Because we're looking for the average. And if we're using here and here, we need to slip something in the middle. So we take this, we put it here, we take this, we put it here. 19 through 27 is what's in the center, and 10 through 18 now becomes on the outside, as like they're all 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 9. Do you follow what I'm saying? I hope you do. So when we get to this section over here, let me see where I am. S19. And then you have 21st. Yes, 21st is you. You see this, right? There's something funny about what's going on right over here. And this is funny. I just noticed this. When you get to 19, okay, and 21st and 21, there's something very special that happens, because this, when you add this, it'll equal to 10. When you add it again, it becomes 1. So we have first, and then we have 21st again. So in all actuality, okay, and we can also, if you want to go to first over here at number 1 and first over here at number 10. So you're going to play between 2 and 9. And then first again at number 19, right? And 1 plus 9 equals to 1 again. So that would be between 2 and 9. And if you look at 19, look at it carefully because it's between 1 and 9. Well, that would be 2 and 8 is between 1 and 9. And the combination of the two that are in betweens over here create the 57 to the moon in the birth cycle. 18R 11K of creation in Venus. 9 times 2, 18. 9 plus 2, 11. 11 comes from what? 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, 5 and 6, 11. And many ways to get to 11 for creation. 1 and 1 is what created all the Fibonacci style into the E world. Open up wider and greater. What is, so we come to the first to second level at 10. We come to the third level at 19. And at the third level of 19, reflection begins. And in between is 28, but 1 to 19 equals to 190 or 196, which is 14 times 14. And the reason for that is when reflection comes at 14 times 14, I'm looking for it. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna show it to you. What happens when reflection comes at 14 is when the two cycles, okay, of the gematria numerology, okay, where it's 6, 7, 6 equaling to 13. 7 and 6, 13, which runs the border of one mountain in gematria. 7 and 13 is that Mayan cycle, where you run all the way down, all the way up here, then all the way down here. You run up 7, you run down 6, you have 13, you run up 6. And just before you get to the top of the gateway, okay, just before you get to the top of the gateway, you have 19. When you get to the top of the gateway, you have the total of 20. You have the top of both pyramids. This is a red gateway. This is a dark gateway. The Phobos and Deimos entrap Luna. Number 19. Is it 19? It's 6 and it's 6. It's a total of 12. It's a total of 12. But if you take a look, the caps are both 19. These caps are actually both 19. 6, 7, 6. Don't count that it's 20. They're both 6, 7, 6. Both caps are 19. So if I had to go through the cap over here, if you understand, there's two areas under here, okay, that are not shown. It stops over here and it crosses over. There's the one area that's right over here, but it's caps over here. What I'm trying to say is when we go to the top, it ends at number 7. We come over here, it ends at number 1. Now the next one, although it starts at number 1, there's no form, there's no plateau. What is number 1? So I partake to create 1 as a square. So because when the numbers go, when M and N come together, I see it as 1 and 1. Separation. They complete squares. Here it's number 7. It's one area in itself. Well, actually, one area in itself, we would have to draw our lines right into the center and create an X marks the spot, dividing the two areas. There's a lot of intricate understanding here. So when you have your area here, your area in between is 66. 6 and 6, 12, plus between the two 7th gates. The 7th gate on this side and the 7th gate leaning here. So this is 12 and 7, 19, or 12, 14, 12 in between 14. 12 in between 14 for 2060 alphabet. So we did this piece over here. So the question is, how far and how deep are we going to go into the alphabet before the alphabet starts to actually repeat itself? Where was the piece? I hope I didn't lose the page. It's very confusing for myself. I keep finding so many things. So as we know that we had first, we had 10th, we had 28th, and once we repeated again after 28th, where did we go? Where was the next first? That was at 37. And at 37, okay, there is no 37. So 37 would have to come back to number 1 again. Except in this case, when they put a 0 and a double 0, number 37 was this. Number 38 was this. So then I reckon 1 would come back at 39, and this is where Monopoly would begin. Knowing this is 10 and 11. Knowing, okay, that the single 0 based and the double 0. Now, are we going to look at this as the single moon of Earth and the 2 moons of Demas, of Mars? This one will equate to the cube with the single 0. And there's a lot of artwork that goes along with the setup of the artwork. Okay, the video is going. Nobody is watching. Okay, that's fine. Because I'm explaining this at the same time. I'm trying to see where the alphabet starts over. Here's the first, here's the second, here's the third, 28. So on 37, it comes back to number 1. Okay, but when you come to the actual changing 10th, what is 10th now gets an ST. So you will have TH and ST in 10th. And in 19th, you'll have a TH and ST in 19th. In 21st, okay, in 21st, you will have the ND and ST. You will have stand on 21. 19, 1 through 9, and 20. Okay, DNA, the 21st century. Stand on 21. A and I, the AI world is inside the S in the year 2021. The numerics that stand between 2021 is the understanding between 19, which is first, and 21, which is first. There is no gap. It is 20. Between 19 and 21 is 20. And over here is the cube. Here is the 20 over here, and it splits. The three split over here. The split between 16 and 18. I'm not sure if you can see it. Can I see if I can fix the camera for a second? See if there's a Logitech fix. Oh, there is. Hold on. Maybe I can fix this just a bit. Okay, I'll try and do my best to get the quality in here. Yeah, so this is where the cube is over here. Okay, it's in the second row of the second dozen. Second row, second dozen. And in the second row of the second dozen is 14, 17, 20, and 23. 23 is the end, and 14 is the beginning. 1 and 4, 5, 2 and 3, 5, 1 times 4, 4, 2 times 3, 6, 4 and 6, the divided half world. The alphabet has shuffled. Where once was the alphabet shuffle, the connecting of the Mayan calendar, the alphabet shuffle, in which we start, and first of all, it should be like this, the alphabet shuffle. This is number 6, and I think I already have this done here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Not here. Here. The alphabet shuffle is right here. And this also, let me see if I got this. Okay. Okay. There is a 268 calendar running 1 through 13. Now, our alphabet runs 1 through 13. Okay. Our alphabet also runs through what is known as the first half of the heart of creation. And in the first half of the heart of creation, according to the cube, okay, is for every face, okay, of a cube, okay, there is 8 plus 1 area. So if you have 3 faces, you have 8 and 1 and 8 and 1 all the time. Even if it doesn't say it, that's what it is, okay? That's the star system understanding, okay? So the total here is 24 and 3. You can make it 67, 77, 87, okay? This equals to 27. Yeah, okay. So this is where Venus comes in, created by Jupiter and the resident angel C. Now, because I'm inside here, right? I want to see my camera for a second. I have to explain this. When I'm creating from this side, I can no longer create the same star system, at least not running from the 4 house. I wish I can fix that annoying. Okay, so I'm just going to continue on. So when I do it here, if it's not large enough, the square, okay, and knowing that Mars is 4, creation in Mars is 4. So although you see 9 areas, that area space will shift. It'll shift from one corner to the next corner. There are 3 shifts, and after the 3 shifts, you return home. After the here I start, here is number 2, here is number 3, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, and here's 5. But in all actuality, I started here. Okay, there are only 1, 2, 3 other moves. But in all actuality, before I come home, there are 1. I stayed there for 1. I stayed there for 1 is 2. I stayed there for 1 is 3. I stayed there for 1 is 4. And I overlap with who I am for 5. And I keep going on till the cycle is over. It's like a grinder. It starts over at one point. Every 9, it starts over, depending on what you're working on. In this smaller design, you can see the X. There is no bar in the center. There is no bar in the center over here. How would I know where the center is over here? How would I find that center? I'm not allowed to just guess the center. So I would have to design it even larger. And in here, this is the automatic. And then from here, I perhaps can find more of a center. But there is no more center than what it is. You see the lines? There is no more center. I can do that, but I still can't go. I would have to go one more, okay, before I can find that center to those areas. And here is the center to these two areas. So I'm just going over designs. What is this? Okay, this here is where the flip side of the one on the dice is inverted to the 6. So the beginning is right over here. This is the beginning. We go from 6. Okay, you see this 6 over here. We go all the way over. Where is the 7 area? Here's 1. Here's the corner of 1. Here's 4. Here's the 7 area. But the thing is, we're going 6 plus the first 7 in the Mayan count to 13. Here is 13 because we're not starting at 1. It has already begun. We began at the polarity. Okay, A, B, C. We began at C. So we begin at C, and all of a sudden, boom, 13. And we come back to 20. Between 6 and 20 is 14 with 13 in between. This is your 20 ton. So what is your 18? Where would we get our 18 from? I'm still trying to understand. So we have 6, 13, 20. And then over here, I have 31. And then over here, I have, let me see which one this is. I went from 20 over to 31. I went 7. No, this should have gone over to 27 over here. 20, 23, 26, 27's over here. So why did I go back this way? I'm trying to understand why I moved 11. Here I moved 7. I moved over to 31. Oh, because I'm reflecting this number over here. Okay, but another result is I could have went to 27 and then went to 34. Coming back, let me see what 20 is here, 23, 26. So this is 27. So I would have went this like that. That would have been 27. And then I'd go to 34, 27, 30, 33, 34. So this is 34 over here. I would be going from here over to here. And then here. I'm just trying to see how that would look. See the drop off? I'm just trying to understand the drop off. I'm trying to design, you see, in the Mayan numbers, in these cubes, and in this calculator, everything reverts back to cycles of 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, 1 month of which is February, every 3 years. Cycles seem to begin at 1 plus 2 equals to 3. You have created the cycle of C. So now you go A and A equals to 2. You've recreated the cycle of B. So at A, B, C, D equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1, you started over the polarity. So starting over that polarity, I decided to start the alphabet at 6. I end the alphabet at 31. My first 7 days, okay, was from 6 to 13. My first 7 days from here was 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. I am missing a freaking day. I have to go down to 30 for 30 to be my 7th day. Something is bizarre because on the roulette wheel, right? On the roulette wheel, these two have the same design. So what I decided to do is to shift the alphabet and to note that this is not the end. 37 is the link that is the end. So you would have to go, this is a day, this is 2 days, this is 3 days, this is 4 days, this is 5 days, this is 6 days, this is the 7th day. So we have started from elsewhere in order for this to be the 7th day. Otherwise, this is the 7th day of creation, and this is for the word of day. If 36 was in play, I'd have 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. This would be the 7th day. There are also 38 with double zero. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, 6 day. This is day 7 in the double zero. It starts in the next month. You never get to see this day. Anyways, this is the design that I got off of the 7 days and the way the Mayan calendar works, 7 and 13. First, there are 13, then there are 7, then there are 7. And trying to see where else I am. I'm starting to get a little tired. Let me get a little drink, see if I can refocus a little bit to explain a few more things that are going on. I wanted to do some of the shapes and angles if I can find them. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I have so much. I'm so far behind, but that's okay. So let me warm up my tea, and I'll be back in a minute. I'll be there in a minute. Okay. I don't know where I'm going next. I really don't, except for a few shapes. Do you notice all I'm doing with these shapes? I do not know the angles, but I'm trying to understand what the shapes do and what angle brings. First of all, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can just. I have a lot of pages open. We were talking about the Mayans, right? I'm going to get back to that in a minute. By using a 3x3 shape. Let me see. Can I get this in here properly? I'm on this other computer, and for some reason, I don't know. Just give me a second. It might be up there. No, I don't see it. . I'm trying to make it work, and okay, just let me get this camera back here wherever I went to. Okay, so just look what happens. I take a 3x3 shape, I put it on the corner, and it creates this angle. Hold on a second, let me see. Where's my pen? And it creates this angle here. This angle is, let me see. I think I got a pen inside of here somewhere. Yeah. This angle is, yeah, that's a 45-degree angle. So we understand that. The minute I take it and into a 4, this is a 3x3. So when I take the 3x3 and I shift it over 2 areas, what is this angle? And take a check of the letter that comes out of this. The letter R comes out of this angle over here. What is that angle? It's 3x3 and it's overlapping. It's overlapping. I shouldn't have that. So when it overlaps, okay, it creates, let me see, did I do that right? My squares aren't where they should be. So let me try and see if I can get this right. This is here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's fine. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Okay, that's fine. And now here's 1, 2, 3. That's fine. So let me see. Did I get that right? 3x3. 1, 2. That's 1, 2, 3. That ends there. That ends there. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. So there's any involvement in this one. Why is there an overlap? I didn't overlap on any of them. So there shouldn't be any overlap at all. We're not working on any overlap. I don't know why it looks so funny. But anyways, I can, if I wanted to, I like the 3x3 overlap, in which you go ahead and you overlap one, and then you have a second overlap. Okay, and then what's this angle compared to what this angle is? So you run the inside and you run the bottom, and then you run the centers. And by running the centers, we have to run those centers. You can't run in the center because there's no area space in that center. It's a non-passing crossing center because there's no markings. You only can do what the markings is. So if there was no marking, the only way you can cross the center is this way. If there was a crossing, it would have to be a larger setting like this one over here. You see, we were able to go right through the center of it. We're just following its dictation. And then here's the bottom. So what would you see the difference between the two? And that in this one, here is the center, right? Here is the center, and here is the center. And when you line these up, okay, you'd be lining them up like that. That's the way they'd line up in that. But it's pretty weird looking, right? Doesn't it look like it's curved? There's no curve. Here's the center of this one. They went up 2 and 1 over. Then they went up and 2 over. You ever hear of the chess, game of chess, how the pieces move? Notice the way it looks like it's curving? Could be me. Could be me. So anyways, just by noting on how to move the cells, we can understand the universe, okay, by just a shift and understanding the single square, by understanding the 4 squares, by understanding the 4 squares, and by understanding what it is with the 4 squares when you bring it a little bit, when you bring form to the 4 squares. And the form that we bring to the 4 squares is just about a bunch of ones to it. In this one, we had a core to it. You see that core? There is no core here. Why not? What happened? What is the difference between this one and this one? In this one, what was the difference between this one and this one? This one is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 by 4, and this one was 2 by 2. So this one here can shift inside of this one. It will shift using up. Let me see if I can design this. The shift is this one in here. Let's call that Venus and Mars, and the shifting by the 2 moons, so it's a constant shift. Okay, and the 4, the total here. Did I get that right, or was it 3? Was it 3? 1, 2, 3. Sorry, that was 3 by 3. See, it's hard to tell, eh? This is 3 by 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is 2 by 2. And then when it's a 4 by 4, what's different about a 4 by 4 is that we're now going to shift with a 4 by 4. We're now going to shift 33s. And what I mean is, here's a 9 area over here in the 4 by 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shift, and we're going to have our second 9 area over here. Now we're going to shift and have our third 9 area over here, still leaving this one empty. And that's 3 9 areas is 27. 27A. The empty space is B. We shifted, we had 9. Then we shifted again, we had 18. Then we shifted again, we had 27. Now we're going to shift one more time. And when we shift all 9, all we're going to pick up is 1 and 8, because we have already had the other 8. And when we shift, we're always leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9 is always the shift. And then in your last shift, in the fourth shift of 36, that was, let me see, 27, 36. So what letter did you get to next? 36. Did we get to A again? How did I get to A again? Just 1 second. So where was I? Yes. So that's the 3 by 3 moving, 3 by 3, 3 by 3. So it's in rotation of 6 and 9, creating all these. I'm just trying to see. We have our 9 here, right? We have our 9 here. So here's our this one. Let me see if I can. I'm just I'm just trying to think where this color is. My piece is at the other end. Do I have a sharpened pencil? Okay, so my first one is here. So I'm just going to color the whole thing in. Okay, the next one is here. So I'm going to color the whole thing in. The next one is here. I color the whole thing in. So then we get the whole thing colored in. Okay, and it is once I get this here, okay, once I get this area over here and this area over here, what's going to happen is I'm going to have this empty space here and this empty space here. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to have the 2 empty spaces. I want to think of that as the Venus house. 7 parts of 9 in creating 2 worlds. There are no 4 worlds. It's in rotation of. I don't know how to explain it, but after you get A and B, okay, C and C is the rotation of EF in its reality. But it is D because it is a combination and a mirror of creation, to where there are now the mirror of creation, because we're only in these bodies in this world. We're cast into life. What are you without your mind? What are you without your mind? So, anyways, these are all the angles. In this one over here, on this angle over here, what is happening is we are using a 1, 2, 3, 4x4 overlapping and rising by 1 to create this angle. In this one over here, we're setting the top of 4x4, sitting right on top by 1, and we create this angle over here. In setting on this angle, okay, this is what I think can be the 3x4 relationship angle. What I mean by the 3x4 relationship angle is, although it's 4 wide by 4 high, okay, but I move in one area to where it's no longer 4 wide, but to itself. It is no longer 4 wide, but to itself, but it is still 4 high. So this is where roulette comes in. This is where Earth and Mars come in. This is something to do with, I'm not sure what angle on Earth, but it should come in on this angle over here. This has to be the angle because this is its relationship. These are the cells. As small as you want to be, as big as you want to be. You have to understand, we have to understand sizes. We have to understand area, space. There's so much to understand. I'm still learning myself, the development of the letters, right? The development of letters. In this one, what I want to say is with the alphabet shift, what happens, and I really would like to, hold on a second. Let me see if I can fix this, because this is really terrible, I mean, I just can't focus. Okay, so we're just going to move on. So what happens here? The alphabet comes and it shifts. Okay, the letter R, where once was the letter, it's just so complicated. I'm still working on it. It's been days, and I don't know if I'm confusing anybody or something, but the alphabet shifts. You see, the flip side of 6 is A. So we're going to put A in the 6th position. We're going to run 6, okay, in where I run 6, where I like to run 6 is to, how can I explain this? 6 is green. 6 is also the 14, which is 6-5. And this is the game of pool, 6 and 14. This is where the sunbirth comes in, knowing that number 29 is caused or created from number 16 in the star system or number 14 in the star system. They both, to a minus and a plus worlds, will create number 29. In the minus world, it'll be from this one over here. And if it's a minus world, it's here, here, or here. If it's a plus world, here's the only world it can be, because it took the reduction of numbers to get there. Just as number 19 and 41 is created by 6 times 5 equals to 30, 6 plus 5 equals to 11. The total is 41. I minus it equals to 19. 19 and 29, although they're a total of 48, which is Pluto, it is the heavens of Mars, it is the sun, to buy and to sell. It is the spirit of man, but it is in the negative form. It is created in the negative form. They were both created in the negative form. So would that be a negative plus or a negative minus? Where would be the 29? Here. Where would be the 19? Here. Cutting into 9999. Why I designed it this way is because I need two of them here or two of them here. You notice Venus gets both, but the 19 part is passing right over here. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is what creates this design over here. See, when we're seeing in rotation of 69, okay, that's in rotation of 69. And in rotation of 69, in which way is the rotation, right? You can have rotation like that, in rotation of 69. You can also go in rotation of 69 if you want to look at it that way. And that's 77, 77, but I didn't want to get into that effect. This is the alphabet, and the alphabet ends over here. Number 31 is Z. Number 32 is A. Number 33 is B, where rotation of the Christ comes in on 32, 31, 32, 30, on 33. Then 34 is C, DC world. Here is 34, and it's right here. That's DC. That's a 3/4 moon on 34. On 35, you have D, and 4 and 8 come together. And on 36, you have the E world. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. If you want, we can start on 42 if you want, and we can work ourselves backwards. If we work ourselves backwards, the alphabet, we start on 17. If we go forward, okay, we go to 67. If we would work in our alphabet backwards and forward from 42. So that would mean it would be A17 or A8, and it would be Z67 or Z13 or Z4. So we'd have A8 and Z4 to end the alphabet. What level do you want to go to create this alphabet? But in the basic alphabet right now, we have moved the center of the alphabet is now beginning with I. Let me see if I got this right. 6, 7, 8, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Right. So I is the center of the alphabet, and it's Ilor. Ilor. Gold. She gold. Right over here, commanding create. Although this letter and this letter, okay, are in number 37th position, the K and the N are a reflection of each other. The total of this area is 111. In the old alphabet, before the shift, okay, before the shift of the alphabet, the total was 111 and the area was 111. Now that the alphabet has shifted, okay, it is no longer the same thing. It is now 36 and 45. And the letters that replace this are love. Those are the reverse replacements for each other, and it is love. Before it was love, it was this over here, and it was 51 Mars to 66 the divided freedom gates, or the clock, also equaling to 111. And this one here is equaling to 81 Venus, also equaling to 72. The half-life, the half day. I'm just trying to think of what else is inside of this. Also, what's inside of this is when the I is included in this. I want to redesign this. I want to show you this in the changed alphabet. We never finished understanding what it is between 19th and 21st, or between 17 and 21st, about the first running of the alphabet. See, the alphabet, just before we go, it's 4 times 20. Okay, it's 80. And if it's 80, then it's 3 times 80 equals 240 plus 20, equaling to 260 of the Mayan calendar. Why? Because in French, they say 420s. If they say 420s, we have to run the cycles. So first we're going to run 3 cycles, okay? And I'm not even going to run a complete cycle because this to get 20, it's 3 cycles of 5 plus 1 cycle of 5. So it'll be 15 plus 5 equals to 20. There's other ways to get to the 20 with their own rationality. So then I'm going to run 3 cycles of 20, okay, equaling to 60, and 1 cycle of 20 equaling to 80. Now I'm going to run 3 cycles of 80 equaling to 240 and 1 cycle of 20 because it's only a quarter cycle. Anyways, if it doesn't make sense, it's all good. It doesn't matter. Let's go on to moving over of the alphabet. I want to do this also. We're going to do this soon. I need something to drink. Will you give me 1 minute? Just 1 minute. I'm not sure who's here. If you have something to say, if you have a question to ask, go right ahead. This is for all of us. And I sound like I'm going nowhere tonight. I really do. I sound like I'm spinning my wheels. I'm there in a minute. And sometimes you have to understand that, see, here's the center over here, right? But sometimes you're going to have a center that's where's your center in this? Your center is over here, but it can never be your center because it's 2 away from this side, but it's only 1 away from that side. So understanding what 4 and 3 is, what 4 and 3 can do. Do you understand 4 by 3? Where's your center? How do you find it? So let me continue. So the alphabet is going to begin here. A, B, D, E, G, H, J, K, M, N, P, Q, S, T, V, W, Y, and Z. That's the alphabet. I wish I can get the camera a little bit clearer. Let me take this thing off my arm. Let me see if I can bring this light in a little closer. I have another light. Is this too much? Oh, maybe if I put the light on. Hold on a second. So the alphabet starts here. Okay. U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A. So this is the way the alphabet would go. Then here, it would be A, B, C, D, E. And this is the reformation of the alphabet. We begin with ape. We begin with ape. 1 through 16 equaling to 17, A to E, and in between is the half-life. Anyways, one of the reasons I did it is because the 0, 1, and 16 and 0, 5 equals to 22 plus 60 and 60, which is 142 or 14 or is 52 Earth, the bad cat. So what will happen? What will happen when we come to the center of the balance of creation, which is 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25, 28, 31. Come on, 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 come on. Here. You gonna go sleep in the corner? Yeah, you the king? You the king? You the king? You got a whole corner for yourself, eh? So here's where we begin. The total between K, L, M, N, O, P, I, and R. This is what now replaces the center. The 11th and the 14th letter equaling to 25. Although their position is 16 and 19, position K 16, N 19, L 17, O 20, R 23, M 13, P 16. Old initial position. Sorry, that is wrong. Let me restate this. I got this wrong. M is now in the 18th position. P is now in the 21st position. The seventh inning stretch. The seventh inning stretch. D, 6, 7, 8, 9. D now moved into the 9th position. 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. So E is now in creation of the half-life reversal. This, if I remember, is Pennsylvania rail. If I had to invert this and average out to the Monopoly board, I will now have to shift all these numbers for the 40 areas in Monopoly. Now, if I played this and I removed the trains, it would be something different. But now it doesn't really matter because the last train, okay, between go to jail and past go is, if I remember, the 36. The train before that, right, was 26, or the letter Z. But now Z in 26 has been replaced by U. You are on the train. 26 and 21. This is the 26th position, but it's going to receive the U letter in place of the Z letter in the altered alphabet, where A now takes up the 6th position. And where once the position of 369 was, now we all have to know that the position of 369 has now been inverted. Let me see if this is right here. Z, Y. So let me continue this alphabet. E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Okay, so this is what I just did. Try and understand if this is possible. When I went backwards from Z, from A into Z, okay, when I went backwards from A to Z, starting at A, I would put Z over here. That's why I went to Y. That's why I went to X. That's why I went to G. I went to W. That's why I went to V. But the all actuality is if I'm starting at 6, okay, and my alphabet runs through E, then my first number would be F, G, H, I, J, and I'm no longer going to do this, although it could be this, okay. I'm going to move it over a little bit and understand that it is what could have been the first 6 would have been Z, Y, X. Not good. Hold on a second. What could have been Z, Y, which Z, Y, X, W, V. You see over here what happened? See what over here happened? Z never did get to be in this position. You follow me? Even Z in our alphabet finished in the second hail. So A starts here first. And like Mighty Messer said in the previous video, what did he say? I don't remember. Oh boy. Not besides A and B are not the same, but something stuck out. It popped in there and it popped away. So what should be? So now I ask myself a question. If this is what probably or could be before, rather than, look at this, once I go my second time around, 6 is now in the first position. So since this is the first position, the first time, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. Let me see what happens. K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So what happened here is as I went around the alphabet, right, another time where M replaced R, now R replaces M. In French, R is for roi, king, where once K was king, and now K becomes the first letter in the alphabet. Z, A, B, C, D, E in the 26th position. F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Yo, in the third time around. O, W, X, Y, Z, A, B. You see where ST comes together here? S, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. 111 comes together here. A and K comes together here. K and A came together over here. L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. Yo comes together. And then Z. Then A, B, C, D, E. E comes together in A. And where are we now? You see, I have 4 that were done here. We're starting the 4th cycle. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. U is back into this box here. V, W, X, Y, and Z. So we repeated the whole cycle. When did we start repeating this cycle? E, see, because I repeated the cycle because there's a mistake in here, right? We came to E and I went to B. That's the mistake. So we're going to have to just go back. I knew something was fishy. Wow, I made the mistake right away. So E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So Z would end up ending on number 27, and that would be the first time that Z ever got to reach that position. and it took 4 cycles for it to reach that position. Now I have to go through all of these to understand what the repositioning of the what's it called alphabet is, the rotative alphabet. And why I call this the complete rotative alphabet. You can do this just twice, okay? You can do it just once. I mean, I can show it to you in one form, um, and I will show it to you in one form. In one form, it goes like this. Okay, in one form, it goes like this. A, okay, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. When it's done in this form, okay, when it's done in this form, it will end up, let me see if I'll be able to explain this. When we do it in this form, this area over here, alphabetically, up to 36, I'm not going to go higher than 36, and I can, okay, because I have to count that alphabet 26 times 3 equaling to 78 plus 26 equaling to 95 equaling to 104. Communication in Neptune. This one will be Neptune. How did I get all this? 26 and 26 is 43, and 26 is 69 in rotation, and 26 is 86, dividing of the 7th gate, dividing to the 7th gate in Neptune. Because what I did is, because the combination of the 3 are together, I gave it 78. I have to remember when you go bowling what a turkey is, right? The turkey is A, 3 perfect shots. So when you're going A plus B equals to C, it's because they're all the same. Here is this one in between this one and this one. And they all have separation. They all have ears on them. There's always separation. So the 1 draws through here. The 1 draws through here. The 1 draws through here. So between here and here, you will have Z and N. But between here and here, you will have H and I. In between here and here is 13 by 13 equals 169. 14 by 14 equals to 196. And in between the rotation is 182. What does that mean? This means when I multiply 14 by 14, I'll get this total. 13 by 13, I get this total. There's a 27 difference. But what I did is 13 by 14 will give me a different total. But anyways, we have 13 and 13 is 26 equals to 195. And we have 14 and 14 is 28 equals to 224. I'm not sure what the numbers are yet, but I will bring up the numbers in a different context. So when these numbers to the realm of 36 end, okay, G, then H-I-J, J will end up in this box. Hold on a second. I just want to see something what we did. When we come back again, you see, I ran the scale of 36 in this. I did a complete replica of 36. I've never done this before. In here, I'm replicating in 9. So what will happen, the final result, I'm going to show you a final result, and then I'm going to reconstruct the other formation. It's just so many formations. So in this formation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 74, 78, 82, 86, 90. Now, you would usually think that that over here would be 94, right? But in reality, over here is 58, 62, 66, 70, because it ends over here. It ends over here. Here is A. Here is E. A and E. And when we connect these, this will be your part of your doorway when A and E is connected. And the reason for that, although we had an alphabet shift, position still sticks together. This is the sixth position, right? Even if I started at 1 to 6 or 1 to 6, this will always be the sixth position, regardless of where you started. If I put the 1 here, the 4 will always be here. If I put the 1 here, the 4 will always be here. If I put the 1 here, those 6 will always be here. This row will shift over here, depending where these are. So when we connect 7 and 6, according to the 13 of the Mayan calendar, that number 13, I'm going to connect 7 and 6 and create that. And then I'm going to join that and join that. Now, if I am doing that, okay, connecting 7 and 6, I'm creating the art, but I'm going to use the direct numbers of 74 and 58 equaling to 132, or the reverse of ABC. Now, when you put 58 over this, it will create 33 rotation. This is the Christ, the blue world creation, the E world of the heavens. Alpha, beta, 1 and 2 will create 5. Do you follow me so far? 4 and 8 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 84 is Pluto, 57 is the moon of DC. Just to show you one thing, and I will get back to this again, that we created AAA. It was the average of 1 that was created. Just because I use the number 2, it doesn't mean they're different. Just because I create the B letter inside AA, inside the average of 1, inside the average of 1. If I show you the letter M or I show you the letter V, I have other art for that. We can also look at what M is. M is, okay, M is part of a division, W, and it is a part of a division. How can I explain it? Here is a division between A and A. And the M, can I come out with a division over here with M and M down here, up here, down here? Can we come out with this M? What would that M represent? I'm not sure. Or would I have to change that M and come out with an X in that position? I don't know. So AAA is what my creation is. In creation of the minimum size of AAA, minimum size, remember, I'm going to get another drink. Remember, it doesn't matter if my paper is minuscule and if you need a microscope, or if they make the spots a little bit bigger and you don't need a microscope. You can't make any change with perfection. Perfection was made to fit, made to order. If you get a computer and you shift your components or change anything in those components, it will not work the factory specs. It's the same thing with the numbers. They are exact. I'm not really sure where to go and how to explain to make you believe. I don't want to force you to believe. I want to show you my facts of how I understand what I see. And if you can see it different, that is fine. But we have to be realistic and logical based on, right now I'm basing a lot of my stuff on games. The word key is 11115. That word key, if I remember correctly, is on the back of your computer. The 115 says key. It is part of its alphabet creation in key, which is 125. That 125, if I get it correctly, it will create BCE, Bell Canada Enterprises. And according to the accents on the letters A and E for the world that was created, it talks about the sewage system. A and E in the cubic world is 1 and 6, which is the letter P. And that fits in through A and E equaling to the word ape, which is number 22, the 22nd letter, is the letter V for life. And V for life in the star system E world, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, is for me the first creation of 5. In fact, the first creation really is of where 2 plus itself inverted. 1 and 1, which were created 2, and after 1 and 1 created 2, it inverted itself in its own reflection. Once 1 and 1 found its average reflection, that is when C was created, through the average of where B stood between A, and A. It is the center A that was the average between the first A and the second A, and they split the average. The addition and separation of the polarity of the house. Okay, we're going to continue with this. I'm going to make my screen smaller to see if there have been any comments. You have to go nowhere to get somewhere, I guess. Meow. Yes, you have to go nowhere to get somewhere. You have to go nowhere. Nowhere. You have to know where you're going to get somewhere. You have to know where you're going to get somewhere. You can just go anywhere and be somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to get another drink. I'm going to come back less than 60 seconds. I seem to be all mixed up. Everything seems to be falling into the place with that 3-4 cycle, and knowing that the gateway breaks right away the minute you double that 3-4 cycle to 6-8. That's the primary house. Now you have to continue on creating these primary houses: 6, 12, 18, 24. The opposite side to the 6, 12, 18, 24 is 8, 16, 24, 32. 6 and 8 are the house. You have to work in those motions, but you have to also create and understand those motions. Like the cycle of numbers, except for 3, 6, and 9, right? You see, the cycle of 3 is 4. The cycle of 6 is 6. You get another 6 is 12. You get another 6 is 18. You get another 6 equals to 6. You get 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 12, 18, 6, 9. So it's 3 cycles of 3, 4 cycles of 3, 3 and 1. Then 3 cycles of 6, 3 and 1. But it's only 1 cycle in 9. 9 is 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. 9 is always 9. So you know right away. And then you have to understand other cycles, the polarity in every cycle. Let's say you go with number 2. So you go 2, 4, 6. The polarity becomes the 8. Okay. We go 5, 10. Let me do this. We have 2, 4, 6, and the polarity is the 8. Then we go 1, 3, 5, and the polarity is the 7. And then we go 9, 2, 4, and the polarity is in the 6. So you noticed we went down 8, 7, and 6, and in each one we created a different value. The ending of its minor cycle, okay, and remember, if you start with A and B, you have to finish with A and B, or A, B, and C, the first part of the cycle. So you have A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, and you have A, B, is that what it is? Then you have A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3, and now you're going to go get A, B, C, D. This is the complete polarity. 8, 1, 3, 5. And here you have finished that cycle. So you have gone 8D to 7D to 6D to 5D. In all actuality, that would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Your final cycle in the 2 house would be P, L, H, D, 4 and 8 and 12 and 16 equals to 40. The 4 and 8 and 3 and 7 equals to 22. So that's what it is. D, H, C, G, C, G, H. So I'm just looking at this basic cycle, knowing that in the 4th cycle, I'm not sure where we should bring this back. Okay, which was over here through the cycles. Wow, this is getting so confusing for me, and I'm quite sure I'm confusing you to skip. We're going to skip this part. It's too confusing. But just know that this is the core of all creation. And this core of all creation is 36 and 45 is 81, and that is Venus. And with it, okay, it brings 9 and 18, which is the creation heaven of the half-life, because it creates the 9 and the 18. 69 in rotation of Venus, 33. So where in the world do we end up with Jesus? We end up with Jesus, okay, over here in A. Jesus was once in E. Now the birth and rotation is in E. When everything moved over to the 6th position, okay, this will now, I'm going to redo this. Let me see if I can redo this a little bit easier. This would be 13 or 4. This will be 13 with a star. All zeros equal to 6. This will be 3. This will be 8. This will be 5. This is going to have a star. This is going to be 6. This one over here is going to be 2. Now this one over here is going to be 6. This one over here is going to be 1. The actual reality is this over here will be 147. This over here will be 258. And the switch will be putting 369 in the center between the two. The energy has been shifted. Just give me a second. My cat just pushed everything on the ground here. And I've been trying to be very, very quiet. And my cat just knocked everything on the ground. I have to put down carpets. I hope nobody is sleeping below me tonight. Hey, buddy, What's up there, buddy? Okay. So what happens? Where did I get these numbers from? What is a primary house? I call a primary house, all primaries are basically for me the skeletons, the not the base of where everything comes from, because one actually, for me, one actually comes from 55. One actually comes from the creation of two. One is in the center of all. It can't be anything with nothing else. So it's always one with something else, or one can't be with a void. One needs form as well. Nothing is a passage where one passes. So if you have nothing for a big, long time, you can blow into nothing and get something because it is the passage for one. Or the air, the AI. The AI is what is R in reflection and creation. And it is AA through creating AA where you will create B and R. And in the creation of B and R through the alphabet, it's actually ABC, where A goes with B and A goes into C, making AB as C. As AB is not really AB, but AAA, the average of AA equaling to B. The extended size of a ruler is 12 inches. It is 4 inches times 3, or it is 3 inches times 4. They are not the same. They are not the same. Here is row 2, 8. Here is row 2, 8. Vertical and horizontal. All the games come into the factors here. They're all telling stories from what, where. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to come back. And again, primary house is, I believe, is a basic, maybe the basic number. I'm not really sure. Like a prime house, okay, is the bottom low where it came from. Like number 29 comes from the 14th house on a positive effect, where you multiply in the star system. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4 equals 20 plus 9 equals 29. In the negative house, or in the halfway house, in which what has to happen is where the corners of how you stand things up and look at them, okay, except for the lefties, okay, is you look at them squarely, but it has been shifted. And this is now where 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, or what is known as the odd numbers, have taken over onto the cross inside the position of 2, 4, 6, 8. So you can put 1 in the 2 position and call it 3. You could put 3 in the 2 position and call it 5. You could put 9. You could put 9 in the 2 position and call it 2. And you could put 7 in the 2 position and call it 9. Because we've had a shift. And when we have a shift like that, we block gate 66 to the 7th gate. And in this design, we have the 7th gate number right up over here. There's an open space between you climb all the way up. You see it's at the corner. It's a runner of a 45 degree. The center and this angle over here, in the center of this angle over here, and you have to multiply this design I don't know how many times in order for this entire design to be center, and for the flip empty space between 2 of these houses to be together. Do you follow what I'm saying? Another thing is I can take this, flip it upside down, and shove it into the one position that instead of, let me try and show you this. Hold on a second. See, there's another way this can be done. That if I flipped and turned this same triangle, I can get 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, and 7 over 7. I shouldn't even show you that. But where did I get these numbers from? When you add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. What happens, I'm going to be with you, Grant, and take a little bit deeper. When you add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So what I want to show you now is 1 and 10 equals to 11. When the next realm comes in, it equals to 30. When the next realm comes in at 28, it equals to 58. But now we're going to minus 1 equals to 57. Once you get to the fourth house, the first house drops off. We're now on the moon in A. Inside of B, you have 11 and 20 equaling to 31. That's your cycle in your moon, your AC/DC. Now you get to 20 plus 20 equals to 51. You're on Mars. Now you go to number 28 equals to 79, and there's no way that's 79. There's a mistake somewhere. Right, sorry. It's 2 and 11 equaling to 13. And let me fix this up. It's 2 and 11 equaling to 13, and 20 equals to 33. So now you're in rotation of the B house. Okay, you're in rotation of the B house right over here. Now 33 plus 28 equals to 60. There's got to be a mistake. 2, 11, and 20. 2 and 11 is 13 plus 20 is 33. It's got to be 62. There's a mistake here. 2 and 11 and 20. 20, 33, 43, 53, 61. Hold on a second. Wow, what is my mistake here? 2, 11, 20, 28. No, 29. That's the mistake. 29. That's the mistake. So the 29. So 29. So the 29 equals to 62. And now we're going to have to minus 2 and make it equal to 60. So in the B house, we now equal to 60 in rotation because of the birth. And it only happens once out of every 4 years, that number 29, right? That B will only happen 1/4 of the time. So this one has been transferred to the B world from the older B world over here. So where the B world, okay, is now the gateway. Okay, we're 6 and 7. These two are going to link up over here. Okay, so now let me see where I am. So now we are going to go, we took away that. Now we're going to go into the 3 house. So we go, and yes, and once more, that this might look like 58, but we can change this to 38. Sorry, we can change this to 28, cycle in the moon. We can change it again. I'm sorry. Because of the 10, we can add on 6. So we can get this into 64. Because of the 0, 1, we can add on another 60. So now we would end up being, putting this to 5. We would call this Earth A, number 25, a plug-in. Anytime you have a 0, even with number 2, it's 62. So you would have, and here it's 66. So you would get 66 inside of this, which would make it 38. This would turn into number 38, 2, creation of the heavens. And we also have to remember that in French, they're talking about 4 times something. 80 is not 80 and 10 is not 10. It's a formation of 1 all the way to 1.9. That's what I'm starting to question myself now. Where's the calculator? I don't know where the calculator is, but when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm questioning that this is 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, right? 1.1, 1.2, and you have 1.1, 1.2 all the way to 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.9 all the way to 3, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3 all the way to 5. So this is between 10 and 20. This is between 20 and 30. This is between 40 and 50. This is between 50 and 60. This is between 10 and 40. There are 30. So this world between here and here is the 0.33 world. Because how in the world do I move up 4 in order to get here? There's a different counting to move down as there is over. Over, you're moving +1. Down, you're moving by 3. It's a 3-to-1 world. What is actually going on? Is there a form? Is there what is actually going on? Is there a curvature inside of it? I don't know. We're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to continue on with the numbers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the 3 house over here. So it becomes 3 and 21 equals to 20, 3 and 12 equals to 15. 3 and 12 equals to 15. Now we get 21, it equals to 36. So that's our basic creation. Now 36, our basic creation, now ends up happening over here in Neptune, in H. Our creation of C is in H. And now the polarity ends up in I. A, B, C, D. Did I get that right? 1, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Oh, it's over here. It's in the E world. I is now in the E world. But the polarity, okay, is where I was. Polarity is where I was, right over here. So you have 36, and now we're going to add the final number 3, which is 3, 12, 21, and 30. So we will add the 30, and that'll be 66. So inside of 3 is the gateway, is the 66 roadway going through all the cities. So again, that number 66, which way is it going to be portrayed? Is it going to be portrayed this way? I don't know if you can see it. You see there's a 6 here, there's a 6 here, and then there's a chute or a gateway all the way in between. Whoa. There's a chute or a gateway all the way in between over here. And then you're going down 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you end up over here. 7 through 4. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whichever way you want to go. You go both to learn. So that is where 66 comes in. But once 66 comes in, you have to minus 3, and it becomes 63. And that is a star system gateway. The mathematics that create this. 7 times 7 and 7 plus 7 equals 63. So what happens, then you have the 5, then you have the 5. In number 5, it becomes 19, the spirit. Then it becomes number 42. It becomes the divided gateway over here. And that is in A, because 5, when starting at 6, this gets converted to A again. And the reason I'm not using a mirror image, and I should use a mirror image, because the R letter, okay, is where the dividing sculpture of 36 numbers takes place. It takes place at the letter R. Okay, so when I show you numbers, I'm not starting A1, I'm starting A6. And that is because that is where the artwork takes place. The artwork takes place, again, where A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. This area over here, okay, is the core of the alphabet. The alphabet core, where the alphabet can reflect itself perfectly. Where if you flip the alphabet over, the end of the alphabet will end on number 31. Where do you remember at the beginning where it was A, B, C, 31? Well, when the alphabet ends, they come together as 31. They are both first as they are both last from where you are. So what happens now is all the numbers, when we continue this will be 63. The shift of the 6, this is where the fox pass is, number 6. And the fox pass now comes into the beehive. You see, this will still remain. See this? This will still remain. How can I say this? There's so much, and I'm very tired right now, but this will always remain the 2468 house. And in this, it is A, F, G, A, F, H. Sorry, it is A, F, H, and C. A, H, F, C. Creation of the heavens in Saturn. But then there's J, the plugin. So I is now in the Jupiter house. I and R are in the Jupiter house, as well air is in the Jupiter house. Because when the alphabet starts all over again, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, A. So you have air inside the house of Jupiter. And this is your crisscrossing creation over here. E, it becomes E, A, E, I, R, D. I'm just trying to look at what this partition is. We did a lot, I think we did tonight. I'm really tired. I'd like to go on, but I'm just zonked. I'm just zonked. The alphabet shift. Before that, what this is instead of going to a point, I need to show you what the minimum value is. I cannot create a third line. I have 2. I created 2 with 1 separation. I created 2 and 2 with no separation. With the separation, this is what happens. With the separation, this is what happens. And this is what happens throughout these separations. See, here we have a center world. This is more or less what an Earth would be. The Mars would divide over here, and then we have 2 separate worlds. These separate worlds, if you take a look at the angle and the straight line, I'd like to call this the Tesla world. And one of the reasons for that is here's your basic, right? And chuck, 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 chuck. And what happens is this happens. And you notice the way it's leaning over to one side. There's going to be another one that's created. It's going to lean to the other side. One will be the 147369 creation. One will be the 258369, 147258. And that's when you're going to have this creation. It's going to be an opening where 369 is no longer implicated. When you have this, it's a gateway creation. And one of the reasons for that is because if you divide any number by 7, right, you're never going to get 3, 6, and 9. You can also go 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 9. You can also go 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. And those are the Tesla combinations. In order, out of order, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is going to be 12 and 18 is 30. And this is going to be 15 and 18 is 33. And this is going to be 12 and 15 equals 227. $30, 27, 33. In rotation to creation of the red sun. Okay. Then there's this, what we did here, the 3 A's. And by creating that, we have a total division. And where the center of the division is 1111. Or the end result of 41 and 41, which equals to 82. The 10 result over here, the 10 result over here, and the 22 result in the center. Or we can go to the 6 result over here and the 6 result over here. And then we can go to the 30 result in the center. The beginning of the alphabet before we get to 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It took 7 before we got to the word first again. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 4, 3. Okay, we did this. We did this. I'm not sure if you saw what this was. This is what happens when you divide 147, 258, or 369 by the number 3. Here's the results. When you combine these two together, what happens? When you combine these two together, what happens? In one of the scenarios, by multiplying 666 by each other is what the moon diameter is, the cube of time. When you add the 666, it creates your vibration, or 432. You revert that to 3 years, you have your vibration. In the 4th year, it's computer reset, 5760 Hebrew time, the year 2000. Inside of 333, you recreate birth in the B world gateways, brings on the angel of creation. See, 46 is not here, 36 is here. Add on 60, it becomes rotation for 09. Everything is between 1/4 and 1/2. And that way you went to the grocer's to pick up something for your mother. 2-4. Dividing of the gated house. We talked about 12. We talked about 20s and cats. We were talking about why everything ends on 20. This is a complicated thing again. In roulette, the reflective house, actually, the exact rotation of the house in roulette, okay, is up to 15 and 15 numbers. And then inside of here, okay, are 6 numbers that will be completely all parts of each other. They will only be parts of each other, and they'll bring the houses together. So where you go, 1 adding up through 5E equaling to 15, and 1 adding up to 5E equaling up to 15, right? You will now create what is 21 or what is 21. You will take the center with the first half and the center with the second half. It will be joined, and you will actually be looking at 42 numbers inside because they'll be overlapping. Both sides will own the center. And we can even go to even more. We can use since everything is a combination of 9, we'll use 15. We'll go 12 numbers, and then we'll go 9 to the center. It'll be an overlap onto the other side. Let's see if I can explain this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go 36, 35, 34, 32, 29, 26, 23, 20, and 17. So I'm going to overlap this way, and then I'm going to overlap this way. So the overlap numbers from 13 to 23, 13, 14, and 15 equals to 42. And the next one is 51, the next one is 60, and the next is 69. So they will be sharing 93, 153, 222. Did I get that right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 1, 6, 6, 6, 180. 222 is what they're sharing to the center. 222 times 8 is 1776 or 777. 8 times 2, 16, 16, 16, 777, 777, 666, 666. 6 times 6 times 6, 216. 6 plus 6 plus 6, 18. 234 is the vibration. 777, 343. 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals 21. That's 364, or 13 times 28 to the cycle of the 364-day moons, where man's bar mitzvahs on 13 to the number of man 28, to where the quarter world of where the 666 is, because to result the 7 is 1 times 6 and 1 plus 6. 1 is to the divided of the 4 worlds, each one valued at 35. 4 times 35 equals to 140.0, plus the 4 chips you need is 144.0 to the 1440 minutes of the day to the star system math cycle. Inside of here we have 364 and 234 equals to 598. I have no idea what that is, but there's probably a 2472 calculation here and a 24 calculation in over here. Plus 9 equals to 33, plus 13 equals to 85. 82, just talking about the cycle of the moon. What else is going on here? When we add up 1 to 12, it equals to 78. Then we get 222. That would be equals to 300. That would maybe count for bowling. And then after that, we'd get 366. And that would count for the leap year that's left over in the year. And where do we get that last 366? When you add up from, where was I? This is number, let me see where we are. 23, 22, 24, right. 13 over to 24. So this is showing me that the center heart of roulette, okay, is now shared, okay, between this number over here and this number over here. And this is the dividing gate to DC. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, and it's the same result, just 2 to 1. So it couldn't be more perfect. Primary also as well, if you want to calculate where number 8 comes from or number 7 comes from, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is a star system primary 7. But where is the base of 7? The base of 7, when it's created, is 8 plus 8 equals to 16. 1 plus 6 equals to 7. That I'd like to call the primary base of its number. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to take till 11:17. I'm going to come back for 5 minutes. I'm very, very hot. And yeah. I want to see what's going on here. I want to see what's. Is there any way to see if anybody's here in live discussion? Okay, hold on a second. Sally Dibbs 4610192. What is that? Sally, you still here? Go back to Walbrook. Stay with Charlie Babbitt. Maple syrup is supposed to be on the table before the pancakes. Hold on. Is this all my comments? Okay, just give me a minute. Am I easy to follow? Are you still here? No, I'm not easy to follow. I'm very tough. Sometimes I'm easy, sometimes I'm tough. But I'm going to come out and give me a minute. I need to breathe. I'm a very tough follow. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to be back in a minute, all right? It's very, very thirsty. I'll be there in 1 minute, just getting myself a nice cup of tea. Yeah, I didn't see the comments before. I'm going to look at them now. Okay, Oda Benga, you still here? When you're asking me that calculation, you know, I don't know. I don't know in which context, what you're looking for in which context. If I would add those up, I would take the center 3, 3, 6, and 7 just because I'm doing basic, and I'd end up with 16, 7, 9, 9, 7, and 5. But all zeros equal 6, so I'd equal to 9, 7, and 2. The total basic of a single digit would be love the gateway of God. Being 705, 105 is the hand of God. Exchange that for 01, creating the gateway of God. 765 would be 18, would be 9. So you'd have 9 to the left, 9 to the right. You'd have 999 if we changed the 0 to 6. So where is the gateway to the B world? When if you're still here, when I speak and say gateway, okay, there's a couple of reasons I say it. Maybe I'm not using it in the right context. So when I use gate, okay, or let me find out where I am. When I use the word gate, okay, this is my gate. It's created by Q, which is created by the division. And where's my gematria? Okay, there's the division here. I don't know if you can see it. We go up to 7. We go all the way down. There's a division over here. Okay, 1 through 7. 1 through 7. Inside is 8 and 9. When we go to 6 and 5, when we take the dice cube, I base this on what the cube says. When I take the dice cube, since there's 2 sides, I have 2 dice, but it's half worlds. Takes 2 of them to create both. There's a total of 13. You can never reach number 13. You cannot. But there's another way in. And to reach 13, all you need is number 7. Number 7 is the gateway in. 13 is when you have 2 different worlds created. When 1 and 3 are together is 4, creating the A, B, C, D alternate worlds, or what you can call the mirror worlds, where 4 is reverse 10. So where am I now? So the other way to do that is we are going to bar the 66 is by turning the cube and not letting anybody into this gateway, creating a half world. See, this is the 7th cube up over here. And in order, the 7th cube can drop right through 66. Right through 66. The 8 is the passage through the gate of 66. But here it's blocked. Should I turn it and question myself whether I've turned it like that? And let me see. Did I turn my block like this and turn my block like this? I'm asking myself that question. Well, it's a little too big, right? It should be this. And when I turn it back, it ends up over here. So I'm asking it, do they open and close? Is there a 1/8 movement? What would that 1/8 movement be? If it's a 1/8 movement, it's a 45 movement of 360 degrees, which is about 8%. Great. Wouldn't you call that an 8% movement? 8% shift on both sides. opening up to a sweet 16. I'm just talking about that. So if you're opening to a sweet 16, your G8 and your G8 is that 16. Your gate, G-A-T-E, 7, 8, 28, 33. Rotation, gateway. 8. 8 equals to 49. Okay, let's see what that does. 36 and 13. Okay, 9 and 4 is the same way. I'm just trying to see why. Way, yes, we didn't look up the word way. 23 and 1 and 27 equals to 51. So your gateway, again, expressing it through Mars, but only through the spirit of creation in the E-world. They all tell stories. They all tell stories, and I'm just telling you the stories that I understand them to tell me. Okay, we did this today, and let me see how far behind. Or okay, we worked on these shapes, understanding pending where you put the shape on top and the side, and side is going to give you the angle, so we can understand the construct of area space. I haven't gone on to Adam and Eve, but AM of AD in creation, 1 through 13, right? 1 through 13, if everyone had a value of 20, it would equal to 260. I still have to understand what that means. I also like to understand, there's just so many things I keep looking back and asking myself questions. And the one question is from here to here, 1.1 to 1.92. And from here to here, it's 1.1 all the way to 1.9. And then I got 2 to 2.9, 3 to 3.9, and then I got number 4. So in between here and here, there's 20. So it's 10, 20, 10, 20 is the way I understand this. You see here, again, I'm going to do it. 1 to 1.9. Then you're going to have 2 to 2.9. Then you're going to have 3, okay, to 3.9, if you want to look at it that way. Or you all the way to 1, all the way to 2, all the way to 3. Now you're going all the way to 4. 4 all the way to, you follow what I'm saying? 0, 1. You go 10, 20, 30. So you go 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. And then you go over here 40. And then you go over here 50, 60. And then you go over here 70. I'm just trying to see if we can get this done right. I don't like that I messed up this whole page. I have to do this again. Let's do this again. I don't like to be messy, but when I'm tired, I need to draw this. I like to go slow. It seems like I'm rushing, and I don't like it. It's 1, 4, 7. So it's 10, 20, 39. And that 39, it switches. It's 40 all the way to 69. And then it's 70 all the way to 79. But then we can get confused because then I have 20. And I have 20, and I have it all the way to 49. And then I have 50. And I got it all the way to 79. And then I got 80. All the way to 89. And then I got 90. Okay. And then I got 60. Okay. All the way to 89. And then I got 30. All the way to 59. 3 all the way to 6. 6 all the way to 9. Then I got 2 all the way to 5, all the way to 8. So this is another dimension way of looking at that. And they're going to give you a value. There's a value. There's the same distance. So there's a total value that's going in here. So this part over here is going to be broken up into 30. Or there's a 20 inside here. 20 and 30 are inside here. Or, man, I don't even know how to do it. There's 10 all the way up to here. Then you have to add 30 all the way up to here. But it's not 30. It's 25. It's an in-between number. I can't say it exactly, but it's more or less like that. I rather look at it as saying 50, but it's 20 to 49, 50 to 79, 80 to 89, and 60 to 89. So somehow between 80, right, and 89, the 60 house is getting involved. And that is where the divided gate comes in. And then from 30 to 59, okay, we're here, we're between, let's see, we're between 31, okay, to 49 is involved between 31 to 49. Is that right? Between 30. Well, it starts at 30. You see the way 30 to 49 fits in over here with 2 and 3 coming together? Then 50 to 79, do we have anything from 50 to 79? Yes. In these two worlds over here, we're going to have 60 over to 79, 60 over to 79. So these two worlds are going to get involved. These two worlds are going to get partially involved, and these two worlds are going to get partially involved. I don't know what the complete involvement, but the numbers overlap between 30 and 59 as 20 to 49. I have to look a little bit deeper into this if I don't forget. Win, play, show, gold, silver, and bronze. 1, 2. Place is number 2837, which is 1 and 4, and bronze is 8 and 65, 8 and 2. It's like the moon. Quarter and nickel. Nickel, to understand, is the beaver. It is above and below. It is a nickel. There are 20 nickels in a dollar. So remember the letter T and the number 5 come together. Remember 10 as the halfway point is 10 and 5 nickels come together, as also to understand a dime. So there are 2 times 5 equals to 10. There are 10 times 5 Mars equaling to 50, which is the half space. There are 20 times 5 equals to 100, which equals to a gateway, 100. But inside of this, it's 4 times 20 to create this. We can't have 4 times this. So this becomes the first quarter of the next cycle. The first quarter has begun a year, 1.25, because it's one whole cycle and a quarter, 1.25. So we have 5 dimes. 5 times 10 equals to 50. And we can meet at other places also. Then we can understand the squares. These 2 dots mean these 2 dots can't even fit in here. All I'm showing is divided space. The first time you can put dots anywhere is when you can fit dots right in between. When you fit dots in between, you know you have the split world of Mars, especially when there's 3 dots. 3 dots are 2 dots. See, 2 dots. I mean, 1 dot can be the split world of Mars. 2 dots would be Earth. 3 dots would be Mars and Earth. 4 dots, which would be the core dot in the center. Let me try and see what I'm creating here now, because I'm not counting the end area. Should I be counting the end area? I'm only counting dots right now, and I'm not bringing dots to the walls. I don't know if I should be counting the ending and the beginning. From the beginning, here is your 1. Your 1 is in the game. And here when you end, you see you end in the game, coming out of the game at 0. But to start, your first 1 is in the game. Do you follow from here to here? Your 1 is here. Your 2 is here. Your 3 is here. Your here is 4. Here is 5. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. So one of them is a beginning, 1 is an ending. And in this one, you have 3, 4, 5, where this is the center to these 3 areas, and this is the center to these 3 areas. So 3 and 3. Anyways, I didn't want to get into that. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Here is the alphabet shift, where what I did here is I jumped 3 every single time. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and I shifted the alphabet with it. Now what I did is A to I. I moved up a level of 3 on each one. And once I move up a level of 3, it all starts over on S. Also, it starts over on S is on the roulette wheel. The S letter will begin the mirror image of the first 18. And the first 9 numbers inside the S house will come back to include alpha inside of it. When we finish the alphabet, okay, on the 26th letter, how did we get to this? Oh, wait, right. When we finished the alphabet on Z, which is around here, what I did is 26 continuously jumping 3 at a time until I got to the 26th area. And when I got to the 26th area, R was at the gateway in the Z house. Here is woman on earth. Here is the divided house. Here is where monkey comes in, F and N, CK, creation, perfect creation, number 21. We were also going to do the 7-day rotation cycle. Instead of using 9, we're going to use 7, but it wouldn't make a difference because the cycle is running 313, which is a total of 7. So it's 313 equaling to 7, or 616 equaling to 13. It's one of the two. I don't know how they work, but in both ways, 7 and 6, 13, 9 and 4, 13, 1 and 6, 7, 3 and 4. They're the same thing, just on the other side, a different number. If I use the same number, we wouldn't have the same. If I would use the same number, we wouldn't be able to complete the calculation or the mirror. I'm just looking. I'm tired. So once the new alphabet, starting at 6, takes over, this comes out to a design of what will fit the Mayan calendar: 9 and 4, 13, 7 and 6, 13, 8 and 5, 13. The total is 39. When you get the next 13 for the 52 cards, you have completed an inverted reaction to what is an angel. Because number 39, this is for minion, this is for angel. There's so many things that go along with 39, AC/DC. The shift of this alphabet is what we did is we counted by 5s. So the alphabet went, when we shifted by 5s, it actually ended up to be the same. Everything went back, I think, into its order. Let me see. 1, 4, 1 to the 5th one. No, it's a shift of 4. Sorry. It's a shift of 4. So we have 4, 7, 2, 5, 9, 3, 7, 1, 5, 8, 3, 6, 1. Let me see what just happened. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 9, 3, 7 repeats, 1 repeats, 5 repeats, 8. Do I have this in order? 4, 13, 17, 21, 25, 25, 29, 27, 20, 20, 30, 29, 33, 33, C, which would be G. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's really weird. 9, 3, 7, 1, 5, 8, 3, 6, 1, 4, 7, 2, 5. Did it really repeat? We had the 5 ones here. We had the 5 ones here. We had the 1 here. We had the 1 here. We had a 3 here and a 3 here. We had a 7 here and a 7 here. 9, 8, 6, 2. We didn't have. 72 times 6. I'm just trying. 17 and 8 is 25. I'm just trying to see how the rotation of this alphabet works when we move by 4, because it is moving by 4 inside the house of creation is going to give us an alternate effect and will return our numbers to where I believe they should actually be, other than the skeleton of the story of what we know. Like we all think 1, 2, 3 is at the beginning, but it might be in an alternate location. Let me see. I think Sally Dibbs, 4610192. Let me go on through the rest of this book here. I think we did the days of the week. Monday is the gateway. Sunday is the sun birth. Saturday it is the come forth in the gateway to creation. Friday is location. What is 28 grams? The center of numbers as we climb 9 numbers at a time. As we climb 9 numbers at a time, you see we jump 3, 3, 3, 3, but we go 9 this way. The center is 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2. It'll always be the same. Always 5, 8, 2. Always 1, 4, 7 over here. Always 3, 6, 9 over here. But once I reverse the alphabet and reset the alphabet where I invert the dice instead of in A creation to here, we're going to put the A letter beginning in the 6th position. Just want to see if there's anything else. I'm not sure if you understand. This is the same thing. This is again the Mayan calendar connecting, where in this scenario, right, what you actually have is A should be over here, and then B and B should be over here, and then C and C and D and D and E should be like this. That should be the world. BCD and BCD through A. A to the right, A to the left. It's A that creates everything. It's A. They're just calling it B. What else? What else is where? What else is where? Alphabet shift. 13 and 7 for 20. These are the designs it makes. One going that way, one going this way. And then there's this here. It's either this one down here or this one up here. You can't get both. Just works that way. Wow, my books are so messy. Looks like I don't know anything, eh? Little upsetting. Rotation of numbers, 1, 3, 6, 1, 3, 6, 1, but that's not it. 9, 9. This is where it starts to rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the 8th one, 3, 6, 7, 3, 1, 3. And then here, only on the 8th one. On the 9th run, it repeats. 9 and 9 right here. And then it goes 1, 3, 6 again. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm going to take a look one more time at my if anybody has anything to say. I see a bunch of numbers. I don't know what you're asking. I wasn't watching the video, so I don't know. So let me know. And if you need to say or send me anything, I'll leave you my email. Here it is. I'm not really proud of what I did today. It's a little lost. Let's see, what's that? Someone seemed to have. Okay, if you have something to say, please say it now because I'm going to be ending this video. Yeah, I like to say that we took the primary house and it shifts. We shift all the time. It's hard to explain. I don't know myself. I'm still learning. There's so many new things I see through the designs, you know. Here's the multiple table. This is what happens in the multiple table. 3, 6 joined together. 3, 6 joined together over here. 3 and 6 is created by the 7th gate, 7 times 7, 7 plus 7, and ends up on to be the line of creation of Jupiter. 52, which is Earth, which is right inside the cube and boxed inside of Mars, inside a divided gateway. And you have to see number 2, it divides right through the number. If I created these blocks different, we'd get a different design. I'm not quite sure what it would say. At the same time, we have to be drawing lines in our other design between 6 and 7 equaling to 13, between 6 and 1 equaling to 7, but all will end up as dots down here, 6 and 1. We spoke about also in this video number 31, 31, 21, but there's 31 is the new ending of the alphabet, where 21 is, I have to figure this out. Where is number 21? R is 18, A through Q. Just trying to think, where does 31? What is 31? I'm just trying to think. First we have 21, and we have 18, and we have 18. We have 18. The artwork. Okay, on the roulette wheel splits at the letter R. Okay, the alphabet should shift. Okay, alphabet shift and begin at 6. And now what is 21? Why 21? Why 12, 21? Because the 3 cycles of 7, 3, 1, 3. Why is it cycles of 7? Because it's 3, 1. And 3, that's your 7 cycle when the polarity of your first one, you have your first polarity, D, and then you get ABC. So now inside your polarity, you can go from left ABC to right, or from right ABC to left, and get the average of the 3 on that 4th day to the left and the right. Why 21? 21 and 31. 21st and 31st. And 41st. So 31, okay, and then 51st, and then 61st. I have to understand. 71st, I don't want to get to. So if I'm 61st and 21st, we would have to go 21st, 31st, 41st. 51st would be the polarity. You see, 0, 1, where it is originally first, I want to eliminate that and call that the primaries, because all those numbers are going to be shifted. You see, number 1 gets shifted to 21 through 29. 1st through 9th is a shift. And that shift is shifted between 20th and 29th. Okay, sorry, it's between 21st and the 29th and the 31st. Okay, whoop. It's between the 21st and the 31st and 39th and the 41st and 49th. And after that, the polarity sets in, which is the 51st and the 59th. Now, 60 is a little bit different because 60 is an expression of 1 through 5 because 1 has moved into the 5 position. Forget that 1 has moved into the 3 position, okay? But 1 has moved into the 5 position. 5 is a creation of 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3 equals to 2. But at the same time, all of creation will begin at 31, 41, and 51 because of the primary creation of 1 and 2. So for the time that I've been talking about 1, 2, 3 polarity, 1, 2, 3 polarity, what I might do just for a trial is remove first and maybe remove 10th. That'll be my first 2. Where 10th, 1 plus 0 is 1, but it's in the TH world. Once I come back to 1 again, it's at 19. But that's 19th, and it's still in the TH world, but it gets reduced to a 1. So it becomes 19th, and it becomes a TH and an ST at the same time in its reduction. In fact, it becomes a TH and a TH, or it might be reduced from 19 all the way down to 1 and not to 10. Okay, it gets reduced by 18 and not by 9. There's a difference. A reduction of 18 is not the same thing as a reduction of 9 because the reduction of 9 comes into the world into AI. And when you come into the reduction of 18, first of all, that is the 9 times 9, 9 plus 9. It is 99. It is Venus. The 18, how can I explain it? It's in the TH world. It's been separated. 17, 18, 19 have been separated by the French. It is the complete of the first half of the artwork, and it stops the alphabet in the center. I'm trying to think where else 18 is and why do we have to add 3? Yes. So we're going to take ABC and remove it away. And instead of ending on 18, we are going to end on 21. We have shifted 18, 19, 20. We have shifted from 18. So we went 19, 20, and 21. So when we end our first cycle, okay, the in-between cycle on 3, because it's 1 and 3, we end at 21 because we take off ABC and we add on STU instead of ABC. And then we get all the way up to 21, where 21 is 21st. And not only that, 1919 ST, TH, ST. This is first. This is STRD. This is TH and D, and this is STTH, because this is second, and it's in the 20th. It's in the TH formation right now. This is 19th, but because it gets reduced to 10th, as it gets reduced to 1, but this is a full reduction. This is a full reduction. It'll go 1 plus 9 equals to 10 equals to 1. So it becomes TH, THSD, 28, 28, 39. And this will be 28, 18. And this will be 39 and 22. Mars, DC, angels of creation through the cycle. 2 moons, 1 moon, residency. I have to still understand. I'm going to try and explain what these are. What it is first, second, third. First for ST, second for ND, third for RD. They are used again. The TH family is used with number 60. The TH family running 11th or 10th through 19th is into the house of 60, in which 60 is pronounced 60 plus 10 to create 70. And then it's what happens also in the 60 house, you get to use both 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to 19. It's the only house you get to do it is in the 60 house. 60 goes from 60 to 79. Now, in the 80 house, you're going 4 times 20. So you're associating all the 20 together, but you're counting in the single house from A to I. When you get to 90, okay, what you do is you will go for 20s, okay, and you will not be counting anything from A to I, but you will now be counting from J all the way to S. And when you count Q, RS, Q is Mars, R would be the sun, and S would be the moon in Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I want to thank you for watching. I'm going to see who might still be here asking questions. If not, I want to thank you very much. And let me see. And good. Have a good night.